Hello and welcome to Survive the Unexpected with your host Frank Pacino and my best friend Amanda Bryan. And today we are talking about episode 20 through 24 of Big Brother 2. There was a big pause in between. There was a week where there wasn't an HOH because of the Justin eviction, and they still wanted their episodes. So there was like 2 episodes where there wasn't the HOH. So we just combined them both and went through them all.
Yeah.
It Amanda's not having as much fun as I am with this season.
I like this season. It's just like, I don't know. I like Big Brother with the veto. Let's just say that. I like Big Brother with the veto. The season is just dragging for me. That's it. It's just a little long. It's not even long, but it feels long. And I'm just not, yeah. I just want the veto. That's all I want.
Yeah, if they had the veto, Hardy probably wins the season for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
We start off with episode 20, and it's the aftermath of Krista going, and Monica's still a wreck. Will's a wreck. He's crying a little bit. He's really genuinely upset.
Yeah.
Nicole screaming and yelling, and like everybody's like, "Why are you yelling? You nominated her." Like, I think
It's not
Hardy's the
your
only one that
fault
didn't
kind of
cry.
thing. Huh?
I think Hardy's the only one that didn't cry.
Yeah, pretty much. That's because Hardy's just like he don't really care anyway. I hate saying that, but it's true.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
no. Oh
oh
shit.
no, her camera fell. Um, a pause, I guess.
Whoops, my bad.
Okay, we're back. Will continues to play the non-threat game. I'm weak. I can't win competitions.
Mhm.
Nicole gets a little annoyed by it because she's like, how long are you keep doing that? He's like, well, it's true. Da da da. And she's like, da da. She kind of half believes them.
She's upset because I was her best friend in the house. So for her, I mean, like you saw her exit. Can we just talk about that for a second before we go on like too far ahead?
Yeah.
Of just like Monica's reaction to Krista going home was devastation. She knew it was coming and she still wasn't ready for it when it came. You know what I mean? Like I felt so bad for her in that moment. And now she's stuck in the house with these people that she don't want to be around and she don't want to be with, and they're talking to her and she knows that they're lying, and that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot on her losing her best friend. It's harder on some people than others for sure. The game takes a toll.
Yeah,
And
it definitely does.
Krista's portrayed really well in the season. She probably is really well in the house. Things change later on in life, but other than that, I understand why losing her was tough.
In that moment, she was in a good spot in life. I feel like she had some problems later on. You can Google
Yeah.
it if you want to know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't her fault.
Mm. Let's not get
You
into
know?
that.
I mean, I'm saying her vote out this time around was
Oh,
not her fault.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. No, Will
No,
just
her life
finessed her.
choice was definitely her own fault.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about Will just finessed her, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
He threw her under the bus. He knew what he was doing and he did it on purpose. But Bunky, as Crystal leave and Monica and Bunky start to get closer and they want to stick together going towards the end of the game, they have different targets though. Bunky wants to do Hardy, and Monica really wants to get Nicole for revenge for Krista.
Yeah.
Um,
Which I mean makes sense. We knew this was going to happen. This is not a surprise. How do you feel about it?
See, I don't know. I don't really go out for revenge. Revenge doesn't always make the right move. I think
Agree.
everybody should be trying to go after Hardy. Hardy should be the number one
Hardy's
target.
Yeah, Hardy's the strongest player in the game now. Now that
Mm.
Krista, I'm surprised that Hardy doesn't see that he doesn't see that Krista being gone literally does nothing but hurt his game. Like he should have tried his hardest to keep her in.
I think
I don't think he did.
Hardy put him. He was drawing dead without. He really needed Nicole to help him go every other with him at this point in the game, no matter
Yeah.
if Krista stayed or not, because Krista knew that she probably couldn't beat Hardy in the end.
No. Do you think? I don't think so.
Okay, well, it depends if they're voting on gameplay. No, if they're
Okay.
voting on because they don't like the person, which is very true, then she could have.
Well, we can't say that though because they didn't do that this season because
Right,
they hated Will
but they
all the
hated
way
Nicole
through.
too.
Huh?
They hate Nicole too.
They do hate Nicole too, but Will was hated from the get, and
Yeah,
he won. They voted for him to win. So I mean, like, you can say they're bitter all you want, but
yeah,
you know,
but
do you think? I mean, I don't think Nicole deserved the win over Will.
I mean, I think I don't know. Like you can make a case, but will
I'm not
definitely
saying she's a
finesse her
bad. Now,
throughout
hold on.
the.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
she's a bad player,
yeah,
but what I'm saying is she. You can't give her the win because she cleaned the house the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, that's my
yeah.
point of it. It's just like, just because she was the mom of the house and you liked her being there to clean up and take care after, like, take care of you. I mean, yeah, she was a good game player too, but I think that was the main reason why they kept Nicole in the house for so long because she did everything.
Well,
That
she
makes
was
sense.
aligned with Hardy. Hardy kept winning HOHs too.
Yeah.
I mean, because really, who was gonna put her up? Kent was like loyal to her. Kent was gonna put her up. Um, and then Hardy won 3, and then before that was Krista and Boogie first round. It went
Yeah.
Boogie, Hardy, Krista, Hardy, Nicole, Hardy.
Oh my
So
God.
like when with that situation, it's real easy for her to avoid the block after
That's
the first
true.
one. Um, because we didn't get no Monica HOH reign or Krista again.
Not
So
yet.
we get to the Ice Block Luxury Challenge, and it's to see a movie, American Pie 2, because it
Mhm.
came out that summer. Woo! I love
We
me some American Pie
all,
2. We
we all,
all and you had to chip away to get a ticket, and then you had to put it in a little ticket box that they used to, they used to have back in the day.
yep.
Uh, and then you got to go see American Pie 2. And it was in the HOH room, and they had it set up for like a movie theater, a plasma, popcorn, snacks, and all that. So get
Dude, and
jazz.
Nicole was so upset that she didn't get to go. Like,
Oh, I
I've
think
seen
Bunky
Big Brother
handled it
fits,
so
but
bad.
that was a whole other thing.
I think Bunky handled that poorly.
Yeah, I did
Really poor.
too.
Well,
I did
basically,
too.
they're chopping away at it. Bunky wins. I mean, it's not thrilling to watch, but it's a fun luxury for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
I think
so
being able to pick would have helped.
yeah, yeah, for sure. They had like the little wooden handle of it.
Man, that would have been so hard. I would have given up like halfway through, like, fuck, I don't even care.
I would have peed on it.
Um, with all the cameras watching you.
I don't care.
Frank, I don't care. Oh, the whole country see my wiener. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't bother me. Um, but we get Bunky wins, and he gets to take one person, and they all sit down, and he asks why they should take him. Will goes, or Monica goes first. Don't worry, I don't need to see. I see it when I get out here. Just don't pick me. Will
Me.
does the same thing because he's like, I promised Shannon I was going to see it with her. Nicole's like, no, I want to go see it. Da da da. Hardy goes, I want to go see it. Da da da. I'm a nice person. Now he knows that competing for HOH is Hardy and Nicole or Hardy, Monica, and Will against him.
Right.
And so 2 out of those people said, "Don't pick me." If I was him, I would have for sure picked Hardy.
Now hold on a second. Say that. Say the last part one more time.
I would have picked Hardy to take to the luxury, not Nicole.
Well, they didn't pick Nicole, did they?
No, I'm saying the 2 people who didn't say not to take me were Nicole and Hardy.
Oh, I thought you were okay. Never. I'm sorry. That's why I was confused. I thought you were saying Nicole win. I was like, but she
No,
didn't go. So
no,
okay, go ahead.
I would have picked Hardy if I was Bunky.
Yeah,
Um, but he didn't.
I think you should have just to solidify him that much closer too, because
Yeah.
Bunky is not in a good spot, and he knows
Mm-mm.
that Hardy is, has got a lot of power. I don't know why he didn't. I
Right.
agree.
It was ridiculous. And or Nicole, at least Nicole is his right hand man or woman. So take one of the power players with you to try to secure your spot. It's just like a challenge, a reward challenge in Survivor.
I think what happened, if I'm being honest, is they picked who they wanted to see the movie with the most. It wasn't about strategy. I think it was a poor decision on their part to not use that as strategy. But I think that I definitely think that they did it because they were like, I would rather go see the movie with them than anyone else.
And he
So they
picked
picked,
Monica after Monica said, "Don't pick me."
yeah.
So
I think that also he felt bad because Monica hadn't won HOH yet
yeah, I
at
don't
the
know.
time.
To me, it was a bad gameplay.
It
And
was
if you
bad gameplay, but I think it was a personal decision. I honestly do. I think it was a personal decision.
yeah, but if someone says, "Hey, don't take me," I'm not gonna take them.
True. Especially this late in game.
Yeah. So they enjoy the movie. We get to see them watch the movie. They enjoy it. It's a fun movie. If you haven't seen American Pie 2, I don't know what's wrong with. You got some problems. Uh,
I've seen all of them, I'm pretty
there's
sure.
no
I can't
HOH
tell
this
you
week.
anything if I learned anything from it, no, but
Oh,
it's just trash television.
it's great television.
I'm saying it's good television because it's trash television. You know what I mean? Good trash
Yeah.
television.
Uh,
Around there for you.
Bucky Hardy talk, and he pitches to Hardy Will to save his ass. Hardy is like, for sure, Will got to go. I made a promise. Oh,
Which is not new. He's been coming after Will the whole game.
Yeah, huffing his chest up. I gotta get Chilltown out. La 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 la. And he keeps and Hardy tells Nicole and Monica that he wants Will out, and he's like, "I've already nominated him twice. How many times you gotta do it?"
I mean,
So
right though. Listen, Hardy was smart in trying to get Will out this whole time. Do I think he was trying to get Will out because Will was the best player? He was threatened by him. No, I don't think that. I don't think Hardy thinks like that. But he definitely knew that Will was going to coast. He thought Will was going to the end. That's not what was going on.
no. So we get to the food competition, and they have to find a peanut butter jar that's hidden, and it's in different rooms. And then one at a time, they get called into the diary room and get offered a sum of money. The
I
and
love this comp. Did you
yes,
like it?
yes, I loved it.
Oh, same.
It was
This was this was the highlight of me watching these episodes. Is this fucking comp? It was awesome.
so it was 2,500 for a full week of PB and J, and Bunky's the first one. He turns it down. No, I'm not gonna do that. And it was 4 days for $5,000. And Bunky was in there. He's like, oh, he's like, you know what? Someone's gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. He's like, but what if they find out to me? They're gonna nominate me. And he has like this whole conversation with himself in the diary room, trying to figure out if he's gonna do it or not. Would you have taken the money?
Probably not this late in the game. I probably wouldn't have taken. Listen, I think Bunky took the second deal because he didn't think there was going to be another one. I honestly just thought he didn't think there was going to be another one, so he was like, "Okay, this is my now or never chance." So he just went ahead and did it. I don't know. I want to say I wouldn't, but listen, in the moment, I love money. Okay, that's like my number one love in the world is money. So I don't know. I probably would cave in the moment, especially being that distance from society for so long. But if you ask me now, I would wait until the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wouldn't take it at all.
So Bunky does decide to take the $5,000.
Yeah.
Nicole
What about
goes in
you?
that.
Hold on. What about you?
Oh, I would have taken the money.
You have taken the first offer.
No, I would have waited. I would have waited. Once I got to 7, I would have for sure been like, I would consider at 5. Like, like how do I feel about my place in the game? And I would have thought about it. But I would have for sure took the money. The third offer, me
Just like
jumping
that,
over
huh?
that. Yeah, like, okay.
Fair enough. Fair
Okay.
enough.
Nicole goes next, and she says no. $5,000. She says no, and then it gets to 7, and Julie really hammers it home. It's like, look, only 2 of you guys are gonna leave here with money. He's like, and she goes, "Are you willing to risk that somebody else is gonna take it?" And she goes, "Hardy's not gonna take it. Will's not gonna take it. I can't say anything about Bunky or Monica." And they're like, "Are you sure Hardy won't take it?" He goes, "He has to feed his machine."
Yawn.
So she doesn't take any of the money.
She don't take it. No, I think that was the right move for her. I think that because if she would have taken it and then told the house that she would have taken it, I think that the reaction of her taking it would have been way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse than
Or
Monkey.
Will, if Will took it too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Will
Why do you
doesn't
think
take
Will?
it
Why do you think Will didn't take it?
because he knew his place in the game. If he took it, it's hard to lie. If it was like a full cast left, he would have for sure lied.
Oh yeah.
But with only 5 people left, and the people voting at home get to see the confessionals. So if he
Oh
somehow
yeah.
gets out of this, everybody's gonna know that he took that money. He's not gonna have a good chance at winning the other money.
Forgot about that. They don't seclude the jurors.
Right, right.
They do
So
now.
so Will doesn't do it. Monica doesn't do it. Hardy does take it, the 7,200. And that's surprised me a little bit, but man, was it great.
It was good.
So it came down to, since 2 people took the offer, it came down to they had a number on the jar, and whoever had the lowest number gets the money. So they do a little phone call, and Julie's talking to them, like yes or no answers, yes or no, and basically Bunky won the money. He won $5,000. So they go on PB&J for 4 days.
Could you get PB&J for 4 days? I could.
I could do that.
I
Don't
could
know.
easily do that.
I think I can do PB&J for a whole week and not even sleep on it, not even worry about
I think
it.
same. Honestly, I think I could too. I don't mind PB&J sandwiches.
No.
I really don't.
I really
Especially
don't either.
especially if I get to have strawberry jelly. Then I'll fuck it up.
Don't. My biggest issue with it is the beverages. Drinking just water would drive me nuts. But
Yeah.
the food wouldn't bother me.
If I can have ice, I can do water, but I don't like drinking water without ice.
Oh yeah.
Are they allowed to drink anything else but water?
No, it's just water.
No, just water.
See, that'd be the roughest
and
part for
I can
me.
do tea.
Yeah.
I pretty much live off tea anyway. As you drink your Mountain Dew.
So they're all mad, and they're trying to figure out who took the money.
Yeah.
And Monkey's like, I didn't do it. And Will's like, oh, Hardy immediately goes, the person's the idiot because they didn't get the most money.
I think that they gave up too easily on thinking that Will didn't take the money. I mean, like, if they, because, like, especially Nicole, because Nicole, I mean, like, how many times have we seen this season Nicole, like, literally sitting down outside of the table with Will and her being like, you're a freaking idiot. And he's like, oh, I know, I'm dumb. Like, you know what I mean? Like, pretty much admitting his faults to her as she's, like, saying no. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe she just let it go so fast that Will didn't take that money.
Right.
But she did. She believed him.
Yeah, and she had good reason to. But yeah, we get to the end of the episode where they're like, is Bunky gonna tell them? And Hardy's all boo-hooing about it, but it's like, bro, you tried to take the money too. Shut up, bro. Shut up. You literally took the money.
He's literally one of the biggest hypocrites I've seen this season. Everything he bitches about, he does himself, or he is involved with them somehow. Like, they would have had PB&J anyway, even if you won, bro. You're just salty.
Yeah. And legit, you listen to, like, he makes a big high horse about Will lying, but he flats out says to people and says, I want to take Monica and Krista to the end. Then he goes, oh, I was never loyal to Monica. It came out of your mouth, bro.
You literally been loyal to Monica since, like, what was that very, very first alliance they made?
It was Untouchables.
Yeah, the Untouchables. You literally been good with Monica since the Untouchables, which happened like day 2. Right. So, like, what do you mean? I was flabbergasted by that too. I think he's fucking delusional. As this game goes on, he just is so disconnected from it. I hate Hardy, dude. I do not like Hardy. He's an awful player.
I think he's an awful player. I think he would fit the mold perfectly for today's game. He's a big liar. He's a big meathead. Good at competitions.
Yeah. I don't know.
Michi. Wasn't it Jackson?
Oh, Jackson. What was Jackson's nickname?
Was it Michi?
No, I think you're thinking of Big Meech.
It was Mickey.
Mickey.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, it was Jackson. Jackson just won. Cody.
Yeah.
The good-looking guy, good at competitions. Like, he fits the game better now than he did when he played.
I don't know. I'm not a huge.
I know. It's fan. He's just his problem is that he doesn't think he's lying, but he is.
Who, Cody?
No,
Oh,
Hardy.
Bunky or Hardy? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we get to episode 21,
He
and
fully believes everything he says. You're absolutely right.
yeah.
You're literally absolutely right. He believes everything he says,
Mm-hmm.
which is good in a sense, but bad in a sense too. Because when you're not in tune with the game, yeah.
Yeah. We get to episode 21, and Bunky immediately says, "Hey guys, I can't live with I took the money, and da da da. I'm sorry. Let me do your laundry and all this stuff." And then before that, Hardy did come clean about it, and
And he didn't get any punishment for it at
no,
all.
nobody even said anything to
No, I
Hardy.
said a word.
But people are being pissed at Bunky.
And literally treating Bunky like shit.
Yeah, it's
I
ridiculous.
hate it.
Yeah, he's trying to.
Absolutely hate it.
Yeah, he's trying to clean the house and do stuff for that and everything like that.
Bunky treated.
How do you feel about Will pointing out to Monica and Nicole's like, look, he's selfish. Da, da, da. Like, look at Hardy.
Wait, one more time.
How do you feel about Will pointing out that Hardy's a little selfish and he's money hungry?
I mean, it's probably smart for Will to do because there's nothing Will can do to make the target off of him from Hardy's view. So I think that Will is free to kind of say and do as he wants with Hardy because he knows that his position with Hardy won't change. So I think that him using that as kind of a jab a little bit is good on his part, if I'm being honest. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's crazy that Monica doesn't pick up on it sooner. Nicole has every right to feel the way she feels because she is his number one ally. But Monica is so blinded by Hardy for some reason. It takes her a while to actually get on board with getting him out.
I think she knows that Hardy's a good person, and that's her struggle with it. She thinks Hardy's a humble, good person. In reality, he's kind of not. He is, but he's not. He wants to, like you said, he wants to believe that he is, but he's just reality just isn't.
So we get part one of the HOH competition, which is race cars, and they have to answer questions about states, about the other house guests. I would totally fail at this.
Oh, same.
I don't even know states very well.
I mean, listen, I have the whole thing except for like the small little bit of the Northeast, like the really tiny states that are really close together.
Mm-hmm.
That just like those 4 or 5 up in there. Other than that, I got everything else down. I was good at geography in school.
Yeah,
I always forget which one's New Hampshire and which one's Vermont. One of them's upside down and one of them's right side up, and I can't remember which one's which. Everyone's gonna make fun of me.
So basically, the part one is people have the RC cars, and they have to race them onto the right state they want to call out, and they have to hit it with the car. There's like a bar in the middle.
Doggle.
Yeah. And once they do that, they can answer the question. Say, Will, I want to, Will wants to answer. Da, da, da. And they have to answer. Good point. Hardy dominates for the most part. Bunky gets a couple at the end. Will, I think, has one. Monica has none. Or Will has two.
Comp two.
No, I think he really wanted.
I think he just wanted to fuck with the cars. Yeah, I think he just wanted to play around with the cars. Dude, that bit with him and the cars was so funny. So funny.
Yeah. So it's Bunky and Hardy win the first part of the HOH, and they'll advance to the next. But we get to see Will play with the toy cars, and he's running into everybody, and including Nicole. And Nicole is so angry. It's like, girl, why are you this angry about him hitting your toe with the car? It probably doesn't even hurt.
No. Let him do something. They have nothing to do. That's my thing. It's like, let them blow the cars up if they want to. Let them go sit, Toy Story style. I don't care. Like, if that's what they want to do to entertain themselves, I'm not playing with the cars. It'd be different if you actually use them yourself. When you're not, who cares? It doesn't matter.
Right. It's, I don't know. It's Nicole being Nicole.
Yeah.
But we get to.
I think that she's one of those people that just likes something to bitch about. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna find something to bitch about, and she's not happy until she does.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. We get America's Choice, and it's a letter from home. Bunky wins it. Doesn't help. He wins another America's player or luxury. He keeps winning one of these things. It's not good.
No, he
So
keeps winning all these comps and he doesn't realize like putting a target on himself.
exactly, and Will's pointing it out to everybody too.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing he has against Bunky. He's gonna latch onto that and use that because he has no other negative with Hardy. He's very Hardy with Bunky. He's
Yeah.
very liked in the house, and he could have easily made it to final three if Will wouldn't have put his toe in it.
So the Bunky really goes hardcore with practicing the cars because Hardy is really good at them.
Mm-hmm.
Like really good. Like it's like he's been doing this his whole life. And Bunky starts to get really good at it. He really puts in the time and effort. He knows he needs to win this HOH.
Oh yeah, it's now or never, 100%.
Yeah. So everybody gets to do a video and send it to a loved one, which is like, can't you just talk to him to the live feeds or the
Before we go on to the loved ones part, how do you feel about doing HOH in 2 parts?
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it either.
No.
I don't mind it either. I think that gives it a good rechargeable break. You know what I mean? To be able to focus and really pull it out.
Especially with this week being slower because this was they did not change anything because Justin got ejected. So him getting expelled, they still had this week planned, and they just drawn it out.
Yeah.
And that's why the week is the way it is.
Right. That's true. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't. The videos still love ones. It's whatever. But it's like, why can't you just do that anytime?
Yeah, me and Frank aren't big on the spinning segments to see like that stuff's fun when you watch it live, but when you're on the rewatch, like we don't. I mean, we already know these characters. We've already seen them before, so seeing their loved ones is kind of pointless because we've already been there, done that. If you want to see the loved one visit, you're more than welcome, to watch it. Or if there's some like key things about the loved one's visit, which sometimes there are, we'll mention it, but we kind of skim over that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I just not big on it. I'm not trying to RJ enough.
Huh?
Oh, my dog. So at the house meeting, Hardy has the audacity to sit there and pretty much threat. Like, if someone gets me on PBJ again, it's all over with. It's like Monica's like, bro, didn't you take the money too and you just didn't get it?
I'm so glad Monica said something because out of everyone, she had the ability to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she is close with Hardy.
And Nicole said it too in their dining room, I believe.
Yeah.
It's and Will calls him out the entire time.
Can't stand.
He's such a hypocrite. He's such a he thinks he has this high horse, but he's not no better than anybody here. He's a big liar, hypocrite, and all this stuff. And he goes in on them all the time in his diary rooms. It's funny. So we get to the HOH part 2.
Was Hardy recruited?
I don't know.
I can't remember either.
I think so.
If he was, I bet he's getting tired of it. I just got the hiccups, so I'm sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, it's a long time. They're at what, 60 days right now? Or no?
Yeah, that's almost 2 months already.
Yeah. So that's a long time. And and this house is not very big. It's not like the new house where there's like 7 rooms.
Really stories. Well, stories. There's no second story on this in this one.
And there's no stories and nothing.
That's why everyone spends so much time in the backyard because they have nowhere else to go. They're tired of the 4 walls that they're seeing on the inside, so they spend so much time outside.
Right.
I guarantee this is one of the seasons we see the outside the most out of all the seasons. I guarantee it.
I think we see a lot outside of the first few seasons for sure.
Yeah.
But the part 2 of the HOH is an obstacle course with the RC cars, and they have to there's the evicted house guests, and they have to get them in the order they've been evicted in.
Yeah.
So Bunky goes first. He does a pretty fast time. He gets stuck on the one tunnel that really hurt his time.
Yeah. I remember that.
And then Hardy goes next, almost falls into the water, gets real close. I think he wins by like 18 seconds or 20 seconds.
Something around in there.
So it was very close, and if Hardy fell into that water, he probably loses.
Hardy was not happy either that he lost this.
No,
No.
Hardy was not happy at all, or
No.
Bunky was not happy. Yeah. And then Hardy's like, "Oh, good job," being
Well,
nice,
yeah.
but you know, it is what it is. Hardy wins third HOH reign, record setting at this point because, pretty much first season. Episode 22, and we're back to Hardy being HOH again. And this man likes to smell his own farts when he is HOH, so
Oh yeah. That's a
he's in love
perfect
with
way to describe
himself.
it.
Yeah, he's like, roses. That's exactly how he comes across when he's HOH. Will feels in trouble, which he should.
He should.
Yeah,
That's the one player that he probably did not want as HOH.
yeah. I think he might have been in jeopardy with Monica as well.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Bunky was smart enough to know that if he
Also the
wanted,
easiest to be manipulated.
yeah, I think he knows that Hardy needed to go up, but if you put him up against Will, he wasn't gonna survive.
No.
So Hardy would have for sure stayed. I think Bunky would have put like a Nicole or a Monica next to Hardy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get a couple sections of Will just talking about trying to save himself. He does pitch to Nicole talking about trying to stay in the house.
Yeah.
Uh, I think he does a good job of working on Nicole. Nicole's like, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. You really see how good of a player Nicole is at this portion in the game because she wants Will to stay. And she puts in work for Will to stay with
Yeah.
Hardy.
Which needs to be noted because Will had to get that social work done to get her to do that for him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to do it all himself. He didn't have to pitch just himself. He had someone else pitching him for him as well, and
Right.
that's what helped him out the most.
Right. Legit, Nicole tells Hardy being in this house without Will would be tough.
And she yells at him every day.
Yeah.
She yells and screams at him every day.
This is why Will thinks she's in love with him.
Literally. She probably is.
We get a nice little segment of Will's hair.
That who cut it? Nicole cut it.
Yeah, boy was it
I would not
wild.
know Nicole near me with a pair of scissors. Period.
Yo, I forgot how wild it was.
Yeah, super super wild. I mean, he did that for a couple months.
Yeah, and Nicole cuts it. She cuts it well, and he goes, "I was nervous about sitting down there with a pair of scissors. I didn't know she was gonna stab me in the back of the neck or cut my hair. I wasn't sure."
I'd be nervous too.
Yeah,
Oh
she
man,
she does a good job though.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Looked pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't cut hair, but for TV, it looked fine.
Yeah, I see. I'd probably just shave my head. I'd be like, I'd be bald. I'd be pack a ton of hats and just wear nothing but hats.
Yeah, be careful what hats you wear. They only let you wear certain.
Yeah.
Certain ones,
Well,
yeah.
I will just go buy a bunch of black plain hats. Blue hats.
My hair is falling out, so I would wear hats too on national television for sure.
So, well, yeah, it's just I would definitely wear hats because this way I don't gotta worry about someone messing up my hair. I don't gotta worry about someone cutting out. Just be like, yo, shave me.
Yeah. I kind of have it lucky because when your hair's long enough, you can just kind of throw it up and it's fine.
Right, braid it, things like that.
But guys get to walk around without their shirt on, so we all have.
I mean, to be fair, girls are welcome to it too.
No.
In the Big Brother house.
So if you were to go outside with your shirt on, it would be fine. If I were to go outside with my shirt off, I would get arrested.
In the Big Brother house, anything goes.
Yeah.
Amanda walked around with her shirt off the entire time.
I believe that.
So
the live feeds were lit.
So yeah, yeah, anybody can. So women can walk around with a shirt. It's just that's their choice not to.
Sure.
I mean, no guy.
You don't get the blurries on your nipples when you're on camera.
It would only be on national television. It would be on the live feeds. If I walked around with my slong hanging out, I'd get the blurries too.
Oh my god.
Or my butt hanging out, get the blurries.
Get the blurries. That's what we're gonna call it. Get the blurries.
Yeah, we get the food competition punishment is over, and they act like they've been starving, and they eat like savages. And then we get to the food competition, which is just it's weird Jenga. I don't use grab piece. It was dumb. This competition sucked.
I love the Jenga comp. What are you talking about?
It was
What do
pointless.
you mean?
It
I
was
thought
point.
the Jenga comp was good.
I thought it was dumb.
I love team challenges. I will die on that hill.
I mean, I'll be at the hill trying to dig it up.
What was wrong with it?
It was just boring. I mean, everybody's clapping, yay, 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 team,
Oh
yay,
God, sorry,
yay,
Frank. There's no
yay,
swimming and putting a giant puzzle together for you.
yay, rainbows, sparkles, we win.
How would you feel as a fuka? They're hungry.
Yeah, I just wanted somebody to knock something over. It's been exciting.
Will's not that mean.
Everybody wins food, yay, rainbows. Everyone is testy during the comp, and Hardy is unbearable. And Bunky and him go at it during the comp too. This is fun. Bunky's getting a little attitude towards Hardy.
About time. Let's just say that. About time, damn it. About time Bucky does something for his damn self,
Right.
Stand up to Hardy. You need to. Somebody needs to. Why not you?
So we get like a survivor moment with them getting a scale.
Yeah, I saw that too. Bunky's lost a lot of weight. I think
Yeah.
he said he lost like how much?
I think it was like 13 pounds or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
And you can notice for sure.
Yeah.
You can definitely notice a body change in Bunky.
I think Will and Hardy gained a little bit, but they've been weightlifting. So Nicole or Monica's the same. Nicole gained weight.
She's so upset.
And she's like, it's muscle, right? It's muscle. And Will's like, no, you're fat.
You don't say that, Will. Talk about jury management. Jesus Christ. I mean, I know that Nicole's on the end, but still.
He goes in the diet room. He's like, Nicole keeps asking me about this muscle. I don't see it. It's fat. You're fat, Nicole.
Fat Nicole. Oh God.
Oh yeah, it's yeah, it's something.
It's amazing that she doesn't clock him. I swear to God, it's amazing that you don't just get a big whop to the side of the head. It really a thrown at him. I swear.
Yeah. But we get Bunky and Hardy. They're trying to bargain because Hardy's a smoker now. He dyed his hair black. He's like all of a sudden evil Hardy, and it's like weird. And Will's like, he's trying to be me. Dark hair.
I didn't like Hardy with dark hair.
Yeah, he looked stupid.
He didn't like wash the dye out, so like you could still see like a clear line of like where the dye was on his hair because he didn't scrub his. Whenever you dye your hair, you have to like scrub your scalp because the dye will stick to your scalp and it'll dye your scalp skin.
Yeah,
you have to like scrub that shit out, and
but yeah, he's trying to borrow for Bunky's cigarettes, and it's not going. They argue about it, and Hardy goes, "That's not very smart of you, Bunky."
Dude, why would you say that? Hello.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the game.
Yeah. And we get to nominations. Nicole does say to Will, good job, because Will puts in the work with Hardy. And Hardy goes up to Will and says, look, if you don't nominate me and Nicole, give me your word, shake my hand. If you want HOH, and then you won't nominate me and Nicole next to each other. He shakes his hand. He's like, of course, I promise. He's like, I don't care. I'm not gonna keep the promises if anything. And so we get to nominations, and it's Bunky and Will. And he's trying real hard, be like, hey, keep me. He puts on the charm once he gets up on the block.
Yeah. He's for someone who's on the block, he's never afraid of being on the block. He never freaks out. Even confessionals, he never admits to being nervous to things like this. He just comes in and is like, I got this.
Does he even receive a vote against him? Or I think he receives one that's this week.
I think so.
The first two, he doesn't. I don't think he receives votes.
I don't think so either.
Shannon's unanimous, and same with Boogie, I believe.
To be fair, Boogie and Shannon both kind of did it to themselves to go out. So he kind of was able to just not necessarily get the target off of himself, but just kind of lay low and let the other ones kind of make the target on themselves. So
Well, no, it was him. It was Kent
It was
and
Kent and Shannon.
Shannon,
Yeah.
and I don't think he received votes either of those weeks.
Mm-mm. No.
So we
Kent made
get
an ass of himself, and Shannon made an ass of herself. So I mean,
yeah.
it just kind of he got lucky that the people he was up against spiraled out of control
Mm,
instead of him having to fight to try to persuade to keep him. Does that make any sense?
right,
Yeah.
right. That pretty much ends episode 22.
Mm-hmm.
We get to episode 23, and everybody's reacting to nominations, and Bunky immediately goes into panic mode.
Yeah.
He starts asking everybody, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" And it's like that's not the way to approach it. If someone's in my face needy, guess what? I don't want that in my face.
I'm like, bro, you're the HOH,
Hey, or not
right?
the nature. No, Bunky.
Yeah.
Bunky's going to everybody trying to figure out where they're voting, if he's staying or not. He's like, I just want to know.
Why do I have in my notes that Bunky is HOH?
I don't
Did I
know.
mention
I
Hardy?
yeah. I ignored
Okay,
that.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I ignored that because I knew it was Hardy.
my bad. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
fine.
Ignore me. We can edit that out.
Yeah, but Bunky is already pushing to see where the votes are gonna go. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, am I staying? I just want to know." And everybody's like, I don't like you just like they just got announced, bro. Like,
Yeah.
calm down." But we get,
He knows. He knows from the moment that that key wasn't pulled
yeah,
that he was doomed. Yeah,
yeah.
he knew.
So we get to a doll competition, and they have to make arts and crafts. Nicole, of course, throws a fit about it.
Dude, her reaction to this shit was unbelievable. Like, freaked out over no reason.
All right. It's like I don't want to do that. It's like you have nothing to do, bro. Just paint some pants on the doll. That's all you gotta
Dude,
do.
Will doing it was so fucking funny. Oh my god. Her Nicole for one, Will does her doll because she refused to do it. She didn't want to do it. So
Yeah.
Will did it for her and just made her look ridiculous.
So
Gave her huge titties.
and made it look like she was wearing a thong, and she's like,
Yeah.
Your girlfriend's the one who walked around here to string up her butt." Even though she jumped in the shower with Will in a thong. So throwing
Yeah.
that out
You don't
there,
want to talk about
a
that.
green one. So
That's probably why her husband sent a banner over the house.
so just saying,
Uh,
Nicole. But we get to the balloon competition, and what do you think of this luxury that they get to fly in a helicopter
I don't care
and
about
have
helicopter
lunch?
rides. It'd be cool to see outside the Big Brother house, but
I would love to be in a helicopter. I think it would be dope.
you never been in a helicopter before?
No,
It's okay. It's loud.
yeah, I've
It's
never
like a
been.
train. You know what I mean? It's uncomfortable. Like it's bumpy and it's loud.
The train I've been on wasn't too bad.
Hmm.
I've been on an airplane, but I've never been in a helicopter.
Oh, I've been on an airplane too. Yeah.
So the objective was to grab your doll and put them in a little like basket,
Yeah.
tie some helium balloons, and fly above the walls. It was a fun little competition.
It was okay. I zoned out during this count. I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
better than Jenga.
I don't think so. I love Jenga. Jenga was fun.
But
It's like a
Will
kid
ends up
game.
being the first place, which is
Will does, yeah.
he really wanted it, and then Nicole again is so close to winning, and Bunky wins, and he just like yells out a scream, and of course Nicole throws a little baby fit, like throws another fit because she didn't win. It's like everybody's supposed to let you win, girl. Like
Dude,
Jesus,
she is such a like typical loser woman of Big Brother before it even came about. Like, you how many girls and like guys have we seen to sulk in their bed because they didn't win a competition? Like Nicole is almost like the one who started that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
oh my god, I didn't win. I'm gonna pout about it and cry about it and complain about it. So everyone else has to suffer along with me. Like, it's not cute. Look, sis.
right. So
No.
it's it is what it is. Bunky and Will are excited, and Will's like, this is my first homosexual date.
He totally embraced it
Yeah, he embraced. I mean,
super well.
like this, like again, this is 20 years ago.
Yeah,
So like things were a little bit different than it is now.
very. Bucky
So
goes over that a little bit. He
yeah,
goes over,
yeah,
yeah,
and Bunky knows he doesn't mean anything by it. It's just Will. You could clearly tell Will's never been around somebody that's that that's gay. Just
yeah.
hasn't been. You can tell,
He's not comfortable. A lot of people are like that when they're not around something. They're ignorant about it or afraid of it,
or just don't
and don't know how
understand
to
it.
act or say anything. I mean, it's probably the same way with Monica. Monica has said when she first started, she's not used to living with a bunch of white people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she's used to being around people of her own color because that's the people that she surrounds herself with, and it makes sense. You know what I mean? And it was a hard thing for her to adjust to when she first got into the house.
Exactly. But
Mhm.
it was a fun. They had a little lunch and they got to watch and they got some. They took pictures on disposable cameras.
Dude, doesn't that make you feel so old when you see that show? You're like, oh my god! Like I remember disposable cameras. Have the shit. Oh my god! Yeah, you did crank it. That's right. I remember that. Memory unlocked. That's funny.
Oh well, but yeah, it was fun. But we get the Bunky goes over sexuality real quick, and we get right into the luxury competition
Yep.
and shopping for clothes.
Dude, I think this is the most excited I've seen Monica in the entire
I
thing.
personally like this. I think
I
they
do
should do it
too.
every season. They do it the first few seasons, and
Hmm.
they just stop, or at least they stop showing it.
I know they get to at least Janelle doing it because I think Janelle gets to do this.
Okay, so 6, because I
Hmm.
don't. They didn't do an All Stars. I know that.
I'm pretty sure they stopped after 6. I think.
Okay,
Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that Janelle gets to do it.
okay. So they basically they get. I think was it 30 seconds to look, and then 30 seconds to shop, or was it
I
60
think.
seconds?
No, I think you're right.
30, and it was like 2 rows for guys and girls, and the girls go ham.
Here's my question: like, how do you have your size?
Well, they probably get their sizes.
Like after they pick out what they want and then they get their sizes in that pick.
Well, no, they'll probably get their sizes and put the outfits in there.
But then they wouldn't be able to pick each other's clothes.
Well, I mean, most of them are pretty close.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I
Nicole's
mean,
tall. No, Monica's not. Is
I,
she?
they're about the same size.
Is there? Okay.
I
Okay.
think the only thing Monica got is a bigger butt,
Yeah,
and she says that.
for a reason.
Yeah. So we get to it. It's fun. They go crazy. Bunky sucks at this. Legit. He was trying to trade like ugly stuff to Will, and Hardy they start giving him stuff like, "Get out of my face, bro."
I felt bad for him. I don't know why he took so long.
Right.
Why is he grabbing everything and then just
Right.
trading it or giving it away at that
Right.
point?
Legit. Grab the shirts over my head. I wouldn't even
Oh,
check them
yeah.
out. I just put them on my head
Yeah.
and then go. I would tell
Oh,
all the
my
guys,
arm's next.
"Got you don't gotta wear it. Just put it on."
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you carried out, you get to have. So I would have told I would tell the guys like, look, grab all the shirts, just put on our necks. We'll trade afterwards,
Yep.
and we'll decide what we want from there. We'll take turns. One pick one,
Gotta
one
love
pick
some
one.
new clothes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah. I mean, they've been in the same clothes. I'm sure some of them have stains now.
Oh,
Some rips.
absolutely.
So it's like
Absolutely. Especially from comps. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I
so.
agree.
So it was
Yeah,
fun. It was
I
fun.
do enjoy the clothing comps, and I can imagine that the players enjoy it too. I don't know why they got rid of it. It must not been big among viewers.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so we get the little deep dive on Hardy's attitude lately and how he's been kind of a dick.
Yeah.
And Will calls out Nicole and Hardy about their tempers and everything like that. And he does a really good job of letting not just the people in the house know, but the audience and also the other jury members know, like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what's happening.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yep. I
So
think that how do you I don't like the jury being able to watch from home.
yeah, I don't either.
I
It get
don't.
changed after
But you know
3.
what? And then we complain. They're like, there should be live feeds in the jury house.
No, I
A
think I
lot of
no,
people are
I
in that
think
predicament.
I don't think that. I think the jury house questions shouldn't be fucking live. Give them the time to sit down and actually talk to them and get their questions out, and where they don't got 30 seconds to get an answer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's ridiculous.
I
It's
mean, how
like
long is Final Tribal Council? Probably forever.
hours. Like probably
Hours and hours and
yeah,
hours. Oh,
maybe yeah.
absolutely.
But Big Brother wants to rush and have it be live. It's not exciting live. It costs people the
No.
game. If it wasn't a live BB and finals in 20, Tyler probably wins because he's so rushed. Every time he started talking, Julie's like, hurry up, Tyler, hurry up. He's like,
Yeah, he definitely was not ready to give a final speech at the end.
yeah,
That's partially his own fault for not being prepared.
right.
But I mean, Tyler's probably one of the best to never win.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. But then I watched him in 22 and I'm like, womp, womp, womp. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Over a girl.
Yeah.
Will and Nicole finally talk. When he gets back from the luxury the helicopter, Nicole doesn't even go see them.
No,
And
she's
she
still
didn't walk
pissed.
them out. Didn't come see them after they came back or ask them what it was. Like Monica and Hardy, like for as much shit Hardy is getting right now, at least he was there supporting them and saying, asking them how it was, did they have fun, things like that. It's it's like you, even if you don't care, pretend. Like, don't be self-centered enough where you can't say, "Hey, did you enjoy your luxury to get out of here?" Which we all want to do. So, yeah, it was just they finally have their conversation, and Nicole goes on why he irritates her, and Will, it was so bad. Will even went to Hardy and said, "Hey, will you help me?"
She is this is the part that kills it, I think, for her a little bit. I think if she wouldn't have been so emotional and so hated and so hateful during this time, she would have had a better chance to win at the end. I think that these moments that she does in this house where she, throws a little tamper tantrum fit and, doesn't get her way or doesn't win or whatever, and she throws all these little fits and has a bad attitude among the whole house. And not only from having a bad attitude from that, she's also getting on them every 5 seconds with the house being clean. So it's like she is their mom in the sense of like takes care of them, but she bitches and moans too much to them and it turns them off.
Right,
To the
right,
point, I mean, we see people get voted out for these things later on
right,
in the game
right.
of just not being house compatible.
Hmm.
She's just not house compatible.
And so she's like, "Well, I'm at my last straw," and Will's like, "Okay, all right, whatever." And he
He
goes in the
backs
diary
off.
room and he backs up. He's like, "Look, I'm gonna back off, but I really don't give a shit what she thinks about me."
No, and you don't.
You know, he just needs her for the game purposes. But
Mm-hmm.
that ends 23, and we're on to 24.
Last
And
one.
yeah, last one. Nicole is in the power and is the power in the house pretty much because she's trying to decide if she wants Will or Bunky to stay. It's pretty much up to her, and she was working on Hardy hardcore for Hardy to even consider Will, and
Yeah,
she kind of changed his mindset going into that, which is very impressive. Which is Bunky Will staying is good for Nicole, and she outmaneuvers him here. Will was always going to cut Hardy, so
yeah. I think she knew that too. And I bet here's my question is I don't know why Nicole didn't want to take Bunky to the end. Now, Bunky is well liked, yes, but I think that out of everybody left, she probably has the best chance to beat Bunky other than Will or Hardy.
no,
So she
I
never
think she
really made
loses.
Bunky part of her final
I think
plans.
she loses more by more to Bunky. Kent is voting
You
Bunky.
think so? I don't think Bunky's. I mean, how does Bunky explain a game he doesn't have?
Yeah, it don't matter. He liked more. Like Kent would have voted for Bunky. Krista said she wasn't voting for Nicole already. Monica is a good chance that
Yeah,
she votes for Bunky. That's three. Um, if Shannon is still bitter to Nicole, she's voting Bunky. And Bunky
yeah.
told what was her name who got voted out week 2?
Amber or
Amber.
Autumn.
Autumn, there we go. Autumn. He's the first she was the first person he came out to.
Yeah,
So like things like that, like
that's true.
I think a lot of people just vote for the people who at that point it would have been who they like. It's not about the
Yeah,
gameplay.
this is Big Brother 2 and not Big
Yeah.
Brother 12.
Right.
Yeah,
Bunky is trying to do a last ditch effort to try to stay, and everybody's like, I don't know. And she's like, he goes up to Nicole and goes, what's going on? Can you just at least tell me, give me a heads up? And she said, Bunky, I really don't know right now.
no,
Now we get a little Will's family interviews, and he's such a great doctor, loving the pets.
I zoom through that stuff. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't. I'm
yeah.
not. For some reason, just on the rewatch, I'm just not into it.
So we get a live vote tonight, and it's like, it's like it's a big thing, but really
This
it's
is.
not a big
I
thing
don't know if you
now.
noticed or not. This is the first time they do live vote by calling people into the diary room.
Hmm.
So they hadn't. Remember, they hadn't done this previously. They just did that. They just did
Well, they
confessions
did.
with everybody.
I think they did Krista's live, didn't they?
Was Christmas live?
I believe so. I
Okay.
believe Krista was the first one. This was the
Okay, maybe
second
I was
one.
wrong then. Okay.
Yeah. But we get
Within
to
these last couple votes, sorry, that
Hardy's.
this
We
is the
get
first time they do it this way, and they still do
yeah.
it this way to this day. They don't pull the keys out one at a time anymore. They only do the keys that are people that are nominated. But
I would like the keys to come back.
me too.
We get to live vote and we get Hardy's interview and he's just talking about his strategy. He looks like he's about to cry. They will.
Yeah.
He's like, I gotta do what's the best for my game. I didn't come here to play for anybody else, even though for most of the season he said he was there to play for other people, but whatever. It's a tie
We
vote.
all know that he's a hypocrite.
Yeah, it's a tie vote. Monica voted for Will.
Hypocrite
Nicole
Hardy.
voted for Bunky, and she was crying when she did it. And Hardy broke the tie and voted for Bunky. Bunky got evicted out of Big Brother house.
On.
Um,
Which hello, applauds Nicole and Will for pulling that one off.
yeah, mainly Nicole.
Mainly
Will
Nicole.
Nicole was the big force behind that. Will, yes, played his part, and
Right.
Will knew his part, but without Nicole, that doesn't change.
No.
So we get Bunky's exit interview, and he's like, I tried an HOH, and he's like, he literally says, this is probably why he doesn't come back for All Stars. I didn't really like playing the game.
Yeah, I guess that'd be a good reason why they wouldn't invite him back to All Stars. He didn't even like playing his first game, so it makes sense.
And she's like, but that's playing the
Totally
game.
makes sense.
He's like, Julie's like, that's playing the game though. And he's like, yeah, I didn't like that part. So we get to see him reunited with his husband, his partner. It's cute. How do you feel about the family being there at every?
I like it. I do
You
like
like
the
it?
family being there. I don't think they should spend a lot of time on it, but I think it's especially good for the house guests too to have their family there right there as they walk out of the house, instead of having to take the plane back home and then seeing them. What do you think?
Well, they can't do
Or
it
would you rather
now.
not have it on camera?
I mean, it doesn't matter right now. It's not. It's fine to me, but they can't do it in the future because of the sequester jury.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all it takes is one whisper in your ear, like,
Yep.
So
Yep.
they can't. CBS ain't got all that to happen.
No.
Do you miss the crowd?
Yes.
Do you think
On eviction night? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I hope they bring it back.
Yeah. I think they bring it in 8 or no? Is it 10? I don't know, 8, 10, something like that. It's a long time because I know All Stars doesn't have it.
Yeah, they do bring back live audience some point in time. I don't remember
Yeah.
either. They have it for Big Brother 10?
I believe so.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So everyone takes their, Bunky leaving was emotional. Bunky was a nice guy. Bunky does say in his interview he regrets voting against his friends and he wish he had a backbone around then, which he should have. And a lot of people he did lose respect with people when he didn't stand up to his beliefs.
Yeah.
Because even Will stuck behind Boogie.
Yeah, he did.
He was the only one that voted to keep them. So
Bunky definitely I liked him in the game. I thought he did a decent job. He wasn't the best game player, but he was a good social player for sure. Yeah. He attached people socially. I just wish that he was smart enough to not let them walk all over him in that time.
Yeah. So we get the start of the final 4 HOH comp. It's an endurance comp. They have to lay in the bed holding onto the key until somebody lets go of the key.
Oh, I love this comp.
I love this too. We'll get more into it the next episode, but it's definitely
good cliffhanger for you guys.
Yeah. We do get revealed that some Survivor competitors are going to come in next week as well and hang out and compete and stuff like that. So that's cool, especially since we just covered both those seasons. So
yes, it's nice and fresh in our heads. So that's good.
Yes. So yeah,
I'm just saying Jerry was robbed for not being able to
come. Let's face it. Who got to call him Jeff? Why did Jervis come? Where's Hatch?
Yeah, well, I don't know, because Hatch was in jail.
Oh, that's right. Was he in jail at this time?
I don't think he was in jail, but he was in trouble.
Oh, damn it, Hatch would have been so much fun.
Yeah, Hatch would have been fun for sure.
So and we'll just say it right now. It don't matter. The show. It's Jervis, Alicia, Sue Hawk. Who else we're missing? Jeff, Bonner,
Yeah. Yep. That's
and
it.
then
There's 4.
the four. That's right. That's right.
Yep. Jeff, Jervis, Sue, and
Alicia.
Alicia. Yep.
So
Who all return for All Stars and Survivor,
yeah,
except for Jervis, who comes on
Blood versus
Blood
Water.
versus Water. Yep.
They all come play Survivor again. Jeff plays 2 more
Yes.
times,
Yes.
and probably the third time probably too many.
Too many. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a slow because there was no HOH for the first couple episodes. A little slow, but they had some good moments. We got to see some good gameplay, and I really enjoyed the food comp about the money.
Yeah. I did too.
Make decisions like that more often. Big Brother.
Anything involving money is
Yes.
always good. It's always give a little bit extra to the comp. You know what I mean?
Especially if it involves punishing the other house guests.
Oh,
Give us
yeah,
that, please.
for sure. We love those tension things,
dude. If there was like the whole house left, I wouldn't even hesitate. I would have pushed the button, do whatever I had to do, as long as no one else knew I was gonna do. I'd do boom.
Oh, but you won't take the $2,500 for PJ. No.
Well, hey, I'm there for a business trip. I'm there to win some money, have some fun, make some memorable moments.
As long as I get last place and get a free vacation.
I can't be first evictee. Okay, if I'm first evictee, leaving with 10 G's, I'm okay with that.
Me too. Same.
So
like 6 G's after taxes, but still good money.
Yeah, hey, good money for a week. But that's all we have for you today. Thank you guys for watching. The next episode we'll be covering 24 or 25 through 27. And it's the final 4 HOH, and it's a week. We're getting close to the end of Big Brother 2. We have 2 more episodes left. We have 25 through 27, and then we'll have 28 through 30, and that'll be the end. So we're 2 episodes away. Amanda's ready to be over it. And then we'll probably focus on Big Brother 23, and then we're going to start Africa. Yep. We're going to take a little pause.
Africa at the same time. Yeah. Africa might be a little slow coming out because Big Brother 23 is obviously 3 nights a week. So that's a lot of TV time for Frank and I, who have full-time jobs and children. So we're going to try our best. I like Survivor Africa, so it's going to be way easier for me to get through Survivor Africa. I'll probably be the one rooting Frank on during this season.
Yeah, I'm not a big Lex fan, so. All right, well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you guys for watching. Give us a like, subscribe. It means a lot to us. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.
Share to your org page. Do it.
Yes, thanks. Bye.